Hello there, my name is Raspberry, and I don't know if you can exactly hear me because this is my second video using these mics. I don't know if you can hear me. You probably hear my fan in the background too because it's just higher quality video. But I wanted to make this video because I've noticed a trend going on in the furry fandom. Not just because of TikTok, but because of YouTube Shorts, because of Instagram Reels, and even because of Facebook Reels. Even though not that many people use Facebook, besides people my age and older. But what I've noticed is that not only has the furry fandom became just more mainstream, that it's also become came to my knowledge, and what I've been seeing is that a lot of the new furries that are coming into the fandom are a lot younger than what I remembered them to be. Because around when I started being in the furry fandom, I was 16 and stuff. I was 16 years old, just getting my driver's license and stuff, and just obviously being 16, in art class and being that weird kid. But it seems that furries are just becoming a lot younger and younger thanks to TikTok, Instagram, and just a whole lot of other platforms that furries are still on these days, I guess. But yeah, I'm talking about this because I've just been seeing the furry fandom just grow and also just become a whole new thing that like people are just making and stuff, and it's just crazy because you see all these people and all these kids just joining the furry fandom, and they're not only joining the furry fandom but they're also making art for their favorite TikTokers and stuff. So I personally have got like a couple of bits of fan art and stuff, but that's not what this video is about. This video was mainly about just the creativity that I've seen amongst these kids just hopping on and just becoming a furry and stuff like that, which is basically the cardboard box fursuits, the paper fursuits, tape fursuits, and a whole bunch of other art. The puppet dragons that you see everywhere on TikTok that just are getting creative and big and just have moving eyes, blinking eyes, and stuff like that, and just paper mache, warriors, kings and queens, I guess you want to call them. But it's just crazy how, you know, when I was 16 and joining the furry fandom, I only heard of fursuits and the different types of fursuits that there were, and the makers that were like popular then that are obviously not anymore, or getting even more popular than they were in 2016. So yeah, it's just crazy how we went from like furries and scalies and then going into dino masks. I remember when dino masks first came a thing like Jurassic World, and people were like, "Oh my god, what is this? There's a dino mask that we can make into a fursuit. It's like amazing." And it's just like after that, then TikTok became a thing. And when TikTok became a thing in like I don't even know when, 2019 or something. And it's just like we see people making full heads out of cardboard, making dino, I don't know, like making like dragon puppets with moving eyes, more expression than the fursuits. And it's just like, yeah, these kids are coming into a fandom that's supposed to be known for their creativity, and they're making it so creative that we can't even like handle it at this point because we have people in the fandom for whatever reason, like it happened with the dino masks, like the amount of just hate that these kids get for expressing creativity, and it's just like, don't do that. Like these could be the next Dino Mask for all we know. Because for anybody who was in the fandom back in like 2017, when Dino Masks first came a thing, it's just like, oh my gosh, it was just like a lot of the kids that were joining then are kind of basically like turning back on the paper masks and stuff like that and doing the same thing to them, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's just sad to see, but it's like, I love seeing all the new creative ways that the younger furries are just coming up to make their persona. And just like, it's with the things that they basically get at school. You know, they can just get like a few pieces of paper from their teacher, a few teachers. They can just go to ask their parents for one of those blocks of whatever they're called, the papers that go in the printers. That because no one uses really printers unless it's for school. So, and they're making actual fursuits, like paper suits out of them, and they're getting cardboard boxes, and then they're just, oh my gosh, paper mache, everything. Like I seen a person with a full on, like, it wasn't raspberry obviously, but it was like a full on head made of paper and duct tape. It was just like, oh my gosh, that's so creative. But the kid got so much hate for making their head out of cardboard and duct tape and paper and stuff. And it's just like, oh my gosh, that's creative. It's creative. It looks like a foam head at first, but then they said that it's made of like paper and cardboard and stuff, and it's just like, oh my gosh, like why are we hating on this kid? That's just insane. It looked so high quality for what it was made of, and it's like people were actively trying to take them down. And I hated seeing that because it was really just so creative that these younger people are coming into a fandom that's supposed to be supporting of creativity, and they're getting bashed for being creative. And I hate seeing that, but it's true. And it's like, and I just can't wait to see what the next big thing that these even more younger people are gonna come in and just make, because it's just like, and I hope the cycle just stops of just hating the younger furries just for being creative. It's just like, why? They're like kids and they're being themselves and they're being bashed for it. I don't like that. I don't like how it always has been this way since I was a furry. When I first started being a furry. And it's just like, why bash someone for being so creative that they have made a new way to be creative in the furry fandom? It's like, why do we just keep repeating the same mistakes over and over again? And it's the same thing with like people who are new fursuit makers. Yeah, their fursuits are low quality because that's their first suit. Like, maybe have you thought, like, has this person even gotten experience before with carving foam and stuff and furring? Because not everybody is born to be a taxidermist. Even though that's not even what it is. But like, not everybody's born to fur everything. But it's just like, it was the same like that back then, and now we're just hating on people for simply being creative in the furry fandom. And it's just, obviously, I don't know. And obviously, it's just, it confuses me sometimes how people can, like, think that, like, just trashing creativity is somehow a good thing in a fandom that was brought up on creativity and creating ways to make and express themselves and just stuff like that. It's just like, insanity. And it's just like, who knows? And then there are obviously people who are older who are like, why are we hating on these people, on these legitimate children, I should say? These legitimate children that are just expressing themselves and creating things that, like, should be, like, promoted and expressed in a healthy way. And they're doing that. They're expressing themselves in a healthy way and also doing what they can with what they've got in their house. Because they're children. They're like middle school and high school, like early high school. So they can't even get a job. So they're working with what they have, and people are bashing them for that. And It's just like, I'm gonna keep repeating myself in this video. I know that, but still, it just needs. Sometimes it needs to be like pushed into some people's brain that we shouldn't be limiting somebody's creativity when they're in a fandom like this. I do not like it. We've seen that too many times in this fandom that I'm just tired of seeing it. You know, and that's gonna be my take on the whole younger furries and their newer creativity with the paper fursuits and the cardboard box fursuits and stuff like that. So yeah, that's just it. My take on the vast creativity and the endlessness in some people's imagination. I'm here for it. I love it. Like for anybody that has a paper fursuit, I love the fact that you are so creative. Same with the paper dragons. Same with the cardboard box fursuits. I'm here for it. I love it. You know, keep doing it. As someone who's been in the fandom since 2016, I will forever be here for all of your creativity. And I'm Raspberry. You can go to my link tree in the description, click whatever you want, except for TikTok, obviously. But, you know, anyway, see you guys later.